some of the events or a repetition of the events that have taken place here in Los Angeles recently, we have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put 2 dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man that go nuts if he can't shoot. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
I'm
Queen.
getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
In my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations. America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of Eric
It's a cut on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin? queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X to my jeans and I got...
Difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life, but sometimes you gotta do that. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. When I did it, I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. When I did it, I was fucked up. When I did it, I was fucked up. When I did it, I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. When I did it, I was fucked up. When I did it, I was fucked up. When I did it, I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. When I did that.
Too late to apologize. It's too late.
When I did it, I was fucked up.
Too late to apologize.
I was fucked up.
It's too late.
When I did it, I was fucked up. I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom, but I made no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video.
Now you see now, you done fucked up, you know that, don't you? You know you done fucked up.
All right. Hold on, beloveds. I'm still uploading something. It's me now. You're my truth now. I'm here to speak and make it clear. I'm sorry, y'all, for all I've done. But I'm not the only one. In a dark place, I told some lies. But I'm not the only one. We all got secrets under the sun. In the shadows, we played the game. Now I'm standing here taking the blame. A lot of y'all was at the freak off too, so don't put it all on me. That's just the truth. I've been up and down this road trying to find my peace. Confessions of a man without a release. Oh, now, hey. In the mirror, I saw the truth hiding in plain view. I'm coming clean now, this burden to undo. We were all there dancing shadows in the night, acting wrong when we knew what was right. But deep inside, there's more you must see. In this room of mirrors, it's not just me. I walk this path with heavy chains, trying to shed those sins, erase the stains. I've seen the highs and the cushion low, fading in the spotlight. That's how it goes. Now I'm standing here, hard on my sleeve, trying to clear the air, let the demons relieve. Every wrong turn and every mistake led me to this moment, let my soul quake. Plays a part in the shadows deep, lost in the game. It's promises to keep. Okay, as you can see, Diddy was having the time of his life. All for it to end the way it is. Okay, please pay attention. Now, with that all being said, there's breaking news, and I find it all very interesting and quite frankly nefarious. So we're going to get into it in just a moment. So thank you all for tuning in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your Daily Vitamins. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Also, don't forget to double check and make sure you're still subscribed, especially if you have not been receiving those notifications. Okay, so let's get those likes up and let's get ready to get back into it. Hello, Mr. Elevation. Corbin Lucky is in here. Says Diddy played himself. Oh, he absolutely did. That's exactly what he did, beloved. Okay, hello, Danielle. Nita to Mike's World. Anita Harrell. Vince I Am from the UK. Says the narcissistic behavior is way too much and over the top for no reason. Okay, Pearly is in here. All right, Nessie X, Mr. Elevation. Did I say you, Miss J, Sandra, Nessa G? Okay, so let's get this party started. Lights up, everyone. Please like and share. I had to give you all another interlude so that I could get my receipts together because this is all nefarious. So let's talk about it. Young Thug's lawyer taken into custody on contempt charge. Now, Brian Steele refused the judge's order to reveal how he learned about an alleged meeting between a key witness, a key state witness, and prosecutors and the judge himself. Now, here's the thing. Why wasn't Young Thug's attorney present at this meeting? Why wasn't he privileged to know about this even going on? All right, this was an ex parte meeting, which means, by the way, in the interest of one party, okay? Or an interested outside party. So this is very one-sided. And I told you all months ago that this looks like, to me, they're trying to railroad this young man, okay? At the end of the day. So let's talk about it. Young Thug's attorney was held in contempt of court on Monday after refusing to tell the judge how he heard about an alleged private conversation between a key state witness, prosecutors, and the judge himself. Now, the alleged conversation involved Kenneth Copeland, who was expected to testify that Young Thug, whose real name is Jeffrey Williams, knew that he was renting a car as part of a plan to murder Donovan Peanut Thomas. Now, that's a member of an alleged rival gang, mind you, called YFN. Now, that Williams knew that the car would be used in the crime is a major part of the state's racketeering and gang case against the rapper and the alleged YSL gang. But Copeland himself notably spent the weekend in jail after being held in contempt last Friday for suddenly refusing to testify, even though he'd been granted immunity for his testimony. On Monday morning, June 10th, Copeland did take the stand, but according to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, spent his time dodging questions. Now, it was reportedly during the day's lunch break that Steele learned about the meeting, which had allegedly taken place that morning. Steele appeared to allege that during the meeting, Copeland may have been coerced or intimidated ahead of his testimony. So this is all so crazy. So let's get into it. Let me pull up this video. Because first of all, it is very inappropriate, in my opinion, for the judge to not reveal information to both sides, okay? That's what you don't do. This judge seems to be nefarious as far as I'm concerned and needs to be looked into. And here he is right here. Hold on. Do I have his picture? I forgot to upload it. But anyway, you'll see him in court. Here we go. Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Ahmadiyyah Shakur. The judge just had Young Thug's attorney, Brian Steele, arrested in court because he wouldn't give him information as to who told him that the judge was possibly intimidating a witness. Let's get into it.
About that for purposes of record. Well, I'm going forward. What I was told was that Mr. Copeland said, and you haven't answered my question yet. I'm not. How did you answer that question? You're not? No, I will not answer that question. Why will you not answer that question? Because I want to make sure that what I say is accurate, and I'm not trying to get anybody else. I'm asking you, how did you get this information? I'm not telling the court. What I'm saying is based upon information. Okay, well, listen, if you don't tell me how you got this information, then you and I are going to have some problems. We can have this. I have problems right now. Okay, I know. Look, I don't want to know about your problems, okay, at this point in time. All I'm asking you at this point in time is, how did you come upon this information? Look, if the case gets reviewed, the record's going to be available for our appellate court and for whatever reason. But it's disturbing that how somehow you have surreptitiously gotten information in regards to the court's private ex parte conversation with a party. I mean,
a witness who was sworn in Friday. The court's telling, this is what I was told. If this is not true, not true. This court handed Mr. Copeland.
Tell me how you got the information.
Listen, whatever you want to do.
Tell me how you got the information, then we can go ahead and go forward.
I'm not going to say that. What I'm going to say is this. I was told, and I hope this concerns the court.
It concerns me that you have proprietary information.
Why is it proprietary?
Information that you should not be having that was ex parte.
Why?
With a party.
Why?
State of Georgia.
How about the witness? How about Mr. Copeland, who supposedly announced he's not testifying and he'll sit for 2 years, and then supposedly this honorable court, let me rephrase that. This court supposedly said, I can hold you until the end of this trial. Ms. Hilton supposedly said, actually, all of the defendants and then all 26 people are disposed of. If that's true, what this is coercion, witness intimidation, ex parte communications that we have a constitutional right to be present for. So I understand that you're upset towards me, but I don't know what I did.
Mr. Steele, I still want to know, how did you come upon this information? Who told you?
What I want to know is, why wasn't I there?
Why, sir, I'm going to hold you in contempt if you don't tell me who this. Tell me who this information is.
I don't want to be held in contempt.
Well,
I'm not answering that question. That's attorney-client privilege information. I am not
attorney-client privilege. Unless you were in my chambers, that's the only way you can figure out.
I tell you
what, I'm going to give you 5 minutes. If you don't tell me, if you don't tell me who it is, I'm going to put you. I'm going to put you in contempt because that is not attorney-client privilege.
Attorney work product privilege. I am not.
How did you get that information supposedly from my chambers? Did somebody tell you?
I'm not. You should have told me.
You got 5 minutes.
Well, I don't need it. I want to continue. This is what I was told. Mr. Copeland made statements that he admitted to killing Donovan Thomas and was. Don't take my notes. No.
Would the court afford me one moment to confer with counsel regarding the appropriate remedy in this type of situation?
Okay, all right.
May I say one thing, Your Honor?
Yes, sir, you certainly may.
Mr. Williams does not wish to go forward without me being here. You are removing me against his will, my will. You're taking away his right to counsel. And you're conducting material parts of this trial without me present, and I can't learn about it by watching online. So for that reason, additionally, I asked for a mistrial. And I assume you deny, but I'd like you to deny our motions for mistrial. You denied the other people.
I've denied your motion, but I'll certainly take that under advisement, sir. We're going to be in recess for the next 5 minutes.
Okay, that is clearly nefarious at the end of the day. That judge seems to be a bit corrupt, wouldn't you think? At the end of the day, this is how he behaves. He has an attorney arrested for simply doing his job. And he said that it was disturbing that the attorney knew the information. No, what's disturbing is that he had an ex parte conversation without the defendant's attorney even being present and didn't give him any knowledge after the fact of what took place in his chambers. This is absolutely egregious. You know what? They're trying to railroad this young man. That's just what it is. I mean, I said this long ago. Please pay attention. That judge is low down and dirty as far as I'm concerned, okay? He is low down and dirty. And he was more concerned with who gave the attorney the information as he was to the allegation. Because I would think that the first thing he would say is absolutely not. Of course, I would never intimidate or coerce a witness. Why would I do such a thing? But no, he glossed all over that and made it all about what the attorney knew and how he knew it. Okay, and I find it very interesting. Please pay attention. Here's an up-close look at the judge whose name is Ural Glanville, as well as attorney Brian Steele. Okay? Now, with that all being said, notice how he told the attorney that it wasn't attorney-client privilege, and to which Brian Steele, the attorney, told him it was work product privileges, and which it absolutely is, because see, work product privileges can include materials prepared by persons other than the attorneys themselves, and it should be used for materials that would be basically used for materials that would help them prepare for their litigation. Okay? This is all crazy. This judge is low down and dirty as far as I'm concerned, okay? And he's done other questionable things as far as I'm concerned. Now, with that all being said, Steele was, however, allowed to return to court, and even the state's lead attorney asked that he be let back in for the rest of the day. Now, Glanville allowed it, but told him he had until about 5 p.m. to reveal his source, lest the contempt charge stand. Okay, saying you can purge that contempt by just telling me who it is that told you this information. That's all I need to know. I wouldn't tell him a dang thing. All right, and if I did, I'd give him false information. How's it going to prove it? Okay, now by the end of the day, Steele had not revealed his source, and his wife and law partner had reportedly filed a notice of appeal regarding the contempt charge. Low down dirty devil. Okay, this is all so egregious as far as I'm concerned, honey. Stuff like this really gets under my skin because he has a constitutional right, as he said, to have been privy to that conversation. Why are you having secret conversations behind the defendant's attorney's back? What are y'all talking about? And that leads me to think that absolutely that witness was coerced, was intimidated, okay? Was threatened. Something definitely went on. Yes, it should absolutely be declared a mistrial, and that judge needs to go under review. Okay, because that's all suspicious as far as I'm concerned. I wouldn't tell him a darn thing at the end of the day. Ooh, honey, let me just calm down because that really got on my last nerve. Now let's look at some other footage from the trial from a few days ago. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Sometimes it be your own people. I just want you all to pay attention. Now, I'm going to put an overlay over this just to avoid issues with ScrewTube. Y'all know they stay on the queen. Please pay attention.
All right, so summon our jurors, please. Sorry.
And Jeffrey Wayne, are you?
No, I'm not aware of that.
Were you aware? Have you ever seen the flashy lifestyle video with your child in it and Jeffrey Wayne?
No.
Okay. I'm just going to ask you this, but just if you really never saw it, would it help refresh your memory, possibly to look at a video? Maybe you didn't know the name of it, or you don't believe that.
Well, you can show it to me. I probably don't know the name of it. I can see it.
All right. Your Honor, may Mr. Kokomo, it's been shown to the state, approach Mr. Thomas with Mr. Thomas's permission, Jeffrey Williams exhibit number 234, to see if I can lay a foundation. I gave it to them, Your Honor. 234. I'd like to show you Mr. Williams, exhibit number 33. It's already in evidence, Your Honor. And Mr. Thomas, do you reckon Club Crew? It's exhibit number 222A. Mr. Williams. These are grown children in 2015, right?
Yes.
And Donovan Thomas went to clearly other video shoots that you were not at, right?
Yes.
And you didn't even know about.
Yes.
And that's okay, right? He's doing what he is, how he's living his life, right?
Yes.
Now I'd like to show you what's already in evidence. It's Jeffrey Williams exhibit number 222B with Mr. Kokomo's permission and this honorable court's permission. We're going to play with the court's permission the first 25 seconds, okay? And 15 to today, your son's Instagram account follows Jeffrey Williams' Thugger account. Do you know that?
No, I don't know that.
Okay. Can I just have 1 second?
Yes.
Mr. Thomas, my name is Max Shard. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sir, do you remember earlier today when the state was asking you questions, you were discussing the videotape inside the barbershop?
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yes. I'm sorry.
Okay. And my recollection is you identified your other son as being an individual inside the barbershop.
Yes.
Jack.
Yes.
Okay. And you said that you told Detective Thorpe gave Detective Thorpe this information.
Yes.
Okay. And Detective Thorpe is the lead investigator on the case involving your son's death, correct?
Correct.
And I'm saying Donovan Thomas Jr.
Correct.
And Detective Thorpe, as you understand, works for Atlanta Police Department.
Correct.
Okay. Did you know Detective Thorpe prior to this case?
No.
Okay. And I know that when we discussed identifying your son, I believe his name's Diamante.
Yes.
In the barbershop. Did you call Detective Thorpe or did Detective Thorpe contact you? Do you recall?
About that situation with Diamante?
Yes.
Well, when Detective Thorpe and another detective came to my son's mom's house the morning after, he mentioned the personal interest in the red jacket, and I told him then that was my son. He made a phone call that he was, getting squared away, and that was the last I heard of it.
Okay. Now, so was that the first time you ever spoke to Detective Thorpe?
Yes.
And that would have been on January 12th?
11th.
January 11th, 2015?
Yes.
Okay. Did you have Was that the only time, and I'm not going to ask you the content of any conversations because that would be hearsay, but was that the only time you spoke to Detective Thorpe throughout this case?
No.
Okay. To your recollection, to the best of your ability, how many times have you spoken to Detective Thorpe about this case?
Numerous.
Okay.
I just can't keep up with it, but it was numerous times.
Okay, and I appreciate, and I'm not expecting an exact answer. When you say numerous, are 20 or more?
That's fair to say.
Okay, so you in your estimation, would be more than 20.
I know it was more than 10, 20. I know it was numerous of times. I just can't put a number on it, but it was a few times. This went over a few years.
Okay, with the majority of those, were those in person?
Yeah, majority. Yes.
Okay. Where would those meetings occur?
One time I went to his office. He came out and visited us one time. Majority of the time downtown though, at his office. And there was a few over the telephone, but the majority of the time I went to see him.
In those meetings, were you and Detective Thorpe, let me rephrase that. Aside from law enforcement, where there's Detective Thorpe or Detective Thorpe and other law enforcement, were you the only family member there?
No.
Okay, what other family members have attended those meetings?
My son's mom, my wife, my daughter.
Is it fair to say the majority of those meetings occurred in 2015? In the year 2015?
I can't say that the majority of them happened then. No, I can't say that.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Welcome.
Ms. Westmoreland? Ms. D. Williams? Mr. Matthews? Mr. Weinstein? All right, Ms. Sandberg? Okay. Can you redirect? Yes.
Do you recall the January 2nd, 2015 post on your son's page with him and Birdman?
Yes.
Okay. And I believe when Mr. Steele was asking you about that post, you responded. He was texting something and he responded. You remember answering?
Correct. Yes.
Was the he that you're referring to your son?
No, Birdman.
And is that the same text we talked about on direct that Birdman texted your son after some time and your son had... Was that the same text we talked about during direct examination?
Yes.
And was that the text in which your son had a surprising response?
Yes.
And then was this post after he received that text?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Steele asked about or showed a number of videos. I'm going to ask about a few of them. Can we put up, and I might need Mr. Kokomo's help, JW234 screenshot 3. .234 screenshot 3.
You talking about 3 or 3 alpha?
3 alpha, the one that was actually emitted.
Okay, all right. That's 613.
Do you know what video that this screenshot came from?
No.
I think you were asked about the Lifestyle song. Are you familiar with that song?
Yes.
Are you familiar where they filmed that video?
Miami.
Do you know when they filmed that video?
It was summertime. I can't say which month. I know it was summertime, though. I want to say around May, maybe. May, June, somewhere in there.
And was that 2014?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Now, do you have 234 screenshot 4? Do you know when this image was taken?
No.
Thank you so much. You said that Lifestyle was filmed in Miami. And do you know if they filmed any other videos in Miami around that same time?
No.
No, you don't know, or no, they did not?
No, I don't know. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Now, if I could have 222 Alpha Bravo redacted, not redacted, RR. Is Nut in this picture?
No.
Do you know if Nut was at this video shoot?
No, I don't know.
Do you know when the actual picture was taken?
No.
In December of 2014, has defense counsel showed you any pictures that had Mr. Williams and Nut in any picture after December of 2014?
No.
Have you seen any videos with Nut and Mr. Williams in December of 2014?
No.
In December of 2014, was Rich Homie Quan still a member of Rich Gang, to your knowledge?
No.
Rich Homie Quan was not in December 2014?
No.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there. Now, the thing is, if you ask me, now this is just my assessment, the prosecution as well as the defense, they're talking very slowly. Do you all notice that, or is it just me? They seem like they're not really sure about the questions that they in fact want to ask. Okay? It seems like they're not very well versed or something. I don't know. Specifically the prosecutor, if you ask me. And another thing is this. The state likely has a flimsy case because when the judge gets to the point that he's having these little ex parte meetings in his chambers and with allegations of the witness being coerced, intimidated, and threatened and all of that, yeah, it seems like they have a weak case and they're trying to do whatever they can do to win. Okay? Also, let's not forget that a few months ago when we talked about this case, how the judge seemed to have been showing favoritism to the prosecution. Okay? Allowing them to have things entered into evidence that they had not shared yet with the defense during the period of discovery. Do you all remember that? Because I do. And I find it very interesting, okay? I find it very interesting. Like I said, I think they're trying to railroad Young Thug at the end of the day. That's what I've always thought. And at the end of the day, another thing is this. Indicting people on the basis of rap lyrics, well, you need to be absolutely 100% able to prove that those lyrics, you know, had something to do with crimes, okay? That's what you need to be doing. Yeah, TW, y'all said fishing, no concrete evidence. That's exactly what it sounds like. Greta said very flimsy case. Exactly. And so, Greta, you came in late and you wanted me to do a recap. So here's basically what happened. Young Thug's attorney got some information that the judge along with the prosecutor and a witness, had an ex parte meeting in the chambers of the judge without the defense counsel knowing anything about it. Now, ex parte means that they had this meeting that was one-sided, okay, in the interest of one party on the outside or the interest of one single party, basically not giving the defense counsel their right to be present so they can get all of the information that was discussed, which is absolutely nefarious, okay? And then when the attorney wouldn't tell the judge how he came about this information, he had him arrested, had him held in contempt of court and arrested, okay? That's what happened. All so crazy. All so crazy. But now let's talk about 50 Cent. Because as I told you all this morning, 50 Cent was on Capitol Hill, fighting for the rights of Black entrepreneurs to be able to have fairness as it pertains to the liquor industry and all of that. And that's because 50 Cent is engaged in a legal battle himself, just like Diddy was. I want you all to pay attention because remember when he was going in on Diddy and clowning Diddy about that whole debacle with Diageo and all of that? Well, 50 Cent compares Diddy's legal battle with Diageo to beef with Suntory Global Spirits. You see, because now 50 Cent is having his own legal battle. And so here's the thing. He says they want Black consumers, but they don't want Black business owners. True story. It is a true story. And let me just tell you why 50 Cent is smart. Okay, please pay attention. 50 Cent has spoken in defense of Sean Diddy Combs regarding his soured business relationship with Diageo-owned spirits brand Ciroc. Now, on Wednesday, June the 5th, the rapper and attorney Benjamin Crump visited Washington, D.C. to speak with congressional members about the lack of Black entrepreneurs in the spirits industry. Following his trek to Capitol Hill, Fifth shared various posts on social media documenting his visit, one of which saw the mogul comparing his heated dispute with Suntory Global Spirits with Combs' own legal battle with Diageo, which culminated in a settlement between the two parties in January of 2014. Now, with that all being said, hold on. Was that 2014? I think that's the wrong date. But anyway, let me continue. Puffy made Diageo a lot of money with Ciroc. They were fine with that because he didn't own anything. This is what 50 said. Okay? And he shared this on an Instagram post, June the 8th, saying that soon as he owns De Leon, their relationship can't work. I made at Suntory Global Spirits a lot of money with effing. As soon as I own my own brands, they did me dirty. They want Black consumers, but they don't want Black business owners. True story. Now, 50's grievances with Suntory resulted in the 48-year-old filing a $6 million lawsuit against the brand in March of 2024, accusing Suntory of embezzlement. Now, let's not forget that I told you all in the beginning when Diddy first started having these legal problems with the whole Cassie thing and all the things that stemmed after that, I told you all that this was all because Diddy sued Diageo and accused them of discrimination, okay? Because of how they were treating him with the brand. And he basically said, they were trying to shut him out, basically, I'm paraphrasing, because of his skin tone. Now, 50 finds himself in the same situation. Should he be surprised? I don't think so. Now, the rapper lashed out at his former partners amid news of the lawsuit, alleging that Suntory, previously Beam Suntory, changed its name in an attempt to avoid culpability for their alleged misconduct. This is kind of slick stuff they do. Changing the company name from Beam Suntory to at Suntory Global Spirits without correcting what was done to my brands at Branson Cognac and at Limousin Duraw doesn't fix the problem and lacks honor. This is what he said in May. He posted this. Now he says, I attempted to resolve the matter not once but twice. Now the legal process will play out publicly for everyone to see what really happened and how at Suntory Global Spirits would rather spend millions to protect and conceal criminal conduct instead of doing the right thing. Let me just tell y'all how smart 50 Cent is. I need you all to really pay attention to this. Now the G-Unit founder hasn't let up on Suntory Global Spirits as he recently accused the brand of uncompliance while vowing to continue his fight for compensation. At Suntory Global Spirits is a $20 billion a year company. When they don't follow compliance, they just pay a fine. This is what he said in an Instagram post. Would you mind paying a fine? Okay. Sure you wouldn't if you're making all that money. Would you mind paying a fine? When you make $20 billion a year, I got to fight them. Can't just let them beat me out of my money. Absolutely, he cannot. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's why 50 is playing chess, not checkers. Because for one, it was brilliant of him to put them on blast right now in public. It was brilliant of him to go to Capitol Hill, okay? Because he's trying to form alliances, and also he's putting them on blast. Now that this is public, they can't just do all these things behind closed doors, you know, like how they did Diddy. You see, when Diddy went to speak with Diageo, he did this behind closed doors. Okay, it was only revealed after the fact, later on down the line. By then, they already figured out how they could screw him over completely, okay, and win the game for themselves. And then Diddy suffered all of the consequences of his actions by daring to go against them, by everything that we see unfolding right now. So 50 has saved himself the trouble, okay, of being a Diddy. Okay, of having them to do him the same way they've done Diddy. And I want to tell you why 50 is so smart and how he knows how to play his opponents like chess while they're playing checkers, how he stays one step ahead of them. It's because 50 Cent read a book called The 48 Laws of Power. Now, those of you who are my day ones know that I also read that book and I use it all the time against my enemies. And in fact, I told you that when I was exposing wig number 1, aka Vicky Dillard, I told you all then that I read that book. I also told you that she was using the 48 Laws of Power. And I told you which law she was using, and it was law number 27. That is the law that gets you, where you take you get people to follow you, like a cult-like following. You see, you play upon people's need to believe in something and to gain a cult-like following, so that no matter what nefarious things you do, those people will still protect and defend you, even when the evidence is right there in their faces. Okay, I want you all to pay attention. Everyone should read that book. Okay, here's mine. And as you can see, pages are missing because that's how long I've had it. But nonetheless, this book is very beneficial, is all I'm saying. Okay, it teaches you nefarious things, but you have to be nefarious sometimes when you are playing the art of war, when you are going against an opponent, all right, at the end of the day. But so, and here's the thing. The man who wrote this book, Robert Greene, is friends with 50 Cent. You know what he once said about 50 Cent? He said something along the lines, and I'm paraphrasing, but he said something along the lines of, 50 Cent is the only person or the first person he's ever seen to use multiple laws of powers at once. Okay? That's how smart 50 is. And in fact, Robert Greene collaborated with 50 to write another book, and it's called The 50th Law. I want y'all to pay attention. Now, let's go to a clip of 50 talking about it, because, see, they can't get over on him like they did Diddy. He put them on blast, and he went to Capitol Hill. At first, I'm thinking, 50, why are you all up on Capitol Hill, okay, about your liquor? And then I thought about it, and I said, okay, I see exactly what he's doing, okay? He's playing chess, not checkers. Pay attention. This is all so interesting as far as I'm concerned.
You can have a slight paranoia that helps you be aware of situations. And even in the 48 Laws of Power that Robert wrote, there's some things in there that you might feel like are evil. But you need to be aware of them because someone else's intentions might be very well what that law of power is. You know, so like when I got a chance to talk to him, we even brought it down to the perspective of a person that's in a staff meeting that is watching someone else raise their hand to answer a question that they know the answer to. And that means that person deserves to be ahead of you in life, because your fear of being wrong at that point is not allowing you to create your value in the workspace.
I'll be honest, the gave me the best advice was Robert. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Robert Greene. He wrote the 48 Laws of Power. And he wrote 48 Laws of Power. He wrote 33 Strategies of War and Art of Seduction. And we worked together on the before we got to do that. We talked about just like I would explaining to him the things that he was saying. The short of it actually was something that someone would relate to in the environment that I was from, but the long form was a bit complex for him. Like they'll read the back of the book, they're not going to read the book. And he said to me, well, everyone is not actually going to be prepared to take the time to actually utilize the information that's given to them. If you pay attention and you actually keep whatever information is coming in front of you, that you choose what's valuable. But the things that you do hear that are valuable, if you make it your business to keep it, even if you have to write it down, so you have to say it to yourself or whatever, and you just keep, the person says something and you go, what did you just say? Hold on a second, put it in my phone. And hold on to it until it becomes a part of you in the way you actually would express yourself at different points. And then you develop a more advanced presentation, and I got that from Robert.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's a great question.
Now I want you all to pay attention. Now, Miss Cookie says we all manipulate throughout this life in some way. It's the intent behind our actions that is important. It absolutely is. And also, this book, The 48 Laws of Power, helps you from being manipulated, okay? It helps you avoid being manipulated, all right? And gives you the ups on your enemies when you know what you're doing. Now, with that all being said, here is what Robert Greene had to say about 50 Cent. I'm going to play the audio.
It was so hard-hitting that people really, really loved it. It was such a phenomenal success that Eminem heard the music and go, we got to sign this guy here. Let's get him over to Interscope. But that turning point, which we talk about in the book, Turning Shit into Sugar, where you take the worst circumstance and you make it an opportunity. How many people would ever think of that? Because being shot gave him realness, as opposed to all the fake gangster rappers out there, who pretended to be real gangsters when they weren't. This gave him realness and authenticity. So he saw it as an opportunity. I don't know where that comes from, to be honest with you. It's a sort of a mindset, which I think is kind of a hardcore realistic mindset. That's what makes him different.
One of the themes in many of your books seems to be persuasion. And I'm curious, what does a person need to know in order to be better at persuasion?
The way to be better at persuasion is to completely alter how you think about it, to do a complete mind reversal and go, the key to persuasion is not about yourself. It's not about your brilliant ideas. It's not about your ego. It's not about, how you can craft this great message for another person or whatever it is and the product you're trying to market. It's in thinking very deeply about other people. That is the key to persuasion. And if you learn that one key, if you develop it and you use it, then the world will open up to you. But it's not so easy because we're all self-absorbed, as I say, in the laws of human nature. We have this kind of centripetal force about us where we're always sort of self-absorbed and thinking about our interests, how great we are, what we can do for other people. You need to flip that around and you need to be so focused on other people. And that means you have to listen to them to a different degree. You have to get inside their spirit, their mindset, what they're missing in this world. You have to enter their spirit, which is one of the chapters in The Art of Seduction. You have to understand what their hurts were, what has wounded them in the past, and what they need and what they're missing. And if you can get outside of yourself and truly listen to people. And the main thing is that I talk about in human nature is you have to see that as incredibly exciting. People.
Okay, so that's all very interesting. Now, someone in the chat said that it takes about 20 days to form a habit. Well, there was a study done in 2009 that said it could take anywhere from 18 to 254 days. And most of the people that were participating in that study said that it took them about 66 days. Now, for those of you who follow my spiritual channel, you will know that I told you that in order to get rid of habits, bad habits that you don't want to do, it takes you approximately 265 days. Okay? So here's the thing. Most people are not going to read this book because most people, in fact, don't like to read. Most people like to take shortcuts and take the easy way out. They're not going to sit down and read this book. And the ones, some people are not going to comprehend it or be able to use the powers effectively due to a lack of critical thinking skills. This is why it works, no matter how many people know about it. Okay, please pay attention. If everybody read the book and used it, then how would it work? But most people aren't going to read the book, and most people definitely aren't even going to know how to use the strategies, okay? Because you need serious critical thinking skills, is all I'm saying. Wavy though said, Queen, did I hear about what, beloved? Your sentence is incomplete. Okay? So that all been said, Miss Mississippi says, some people underestimate how smart some of these rappers are. 50 is highly intelligent in my opinion. Yes, absolutely, beloved. Absolutely. Okay? And Bronze Flat Power says, Bronze Flat Power God says, I definitely can't believe it. Yes, that's what you ought to pay attention. Because here's the thing. If you're smart enough to use these laws effectively, so that they actually work, then you're also smart enough to notice when other people are trying to use them against you or just use them in general. Just like I was smart enough to know that Wig was using the 27th law. And you know who else uses the 27th law? Where you play upon people's emotions and their need to believe in something so that they form a cult-like following for you and defend and protect you no matter whether you're right or wrong or indifferent. That is Bussy Reek, okay? AKA Tyreek Nasheed, all right? So please pay attention. All right, please pay attention. Now, with that all being said, everyone please like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, don't forget to double check and make sure that you're still subscribed to the channel, especially if you have not been receiving those notifications. Above all that drama said Roland Martin. Roland Martin, I hardly think that he's read the 48 Laws of Power. And if he has read it, it doesn't look like he's using it. That's all I'm saying. So with that all being said, everyone enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
With that flavor all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now.
That's
See
right.
a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy.
Real slick.
I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece. This time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why